Hello, students, and welcome to another session of English with Rita Oshan from Chalukya Academy. Today, we are going to deal with the story All Summer in a Day by Ray Douglas Bradbury. Now, this story belongs to the science fiction genre. Ray Douglas Bradbury was born in USA in the year 1920. He couldn't afford to go to college, hence, he self educated himself by reading books available in the library. He was an American author who wrote stories in different genres: science fiction, horror, fantasy, and even mystery fiction. He was best known for his dystopian novel Fahrenheit 451. His most popular stories include Golden Night, The Foghorn, Dark They Were, and The Homecoming. He began writing at the age of 11. At age 12, he wrote his first horror story. Many of his works have been adapted into comic books, television shows, and films. He died in 2012 at the age of 92. Now, this story is all about the planet Venus, where it rains incessantly for 7 long years. And the protagonist of the story is a little girl called Margaret. She was 9 years old, a thin, pale girl, and she had come from the earth 5 years ago. She had lost the blue from her eyes, the red from her mouth, and yellow from her hair because of no sunlight at Venus. She was frail, shy, and reserved. She looked like an old photograph dusted from an album. Her voice was like that of a ghost. She was simple, harmless, and vulnerable. She abhorred, detested the rain because she was exposed to it 24/7, day in and day out. She was unable to adjust to life at Venus and was bullied by her classmates. She was ostracized by her entire class. She only participated in school activities when they discussed something about the sun or summer. She remained in a depressed state for most of the time and was very, very sensitive. She was the only one who had memories of sun because she had migrated from Earth 5 years ago. She was 4 years old then and she could recall the sun and used to miss the sun a lot. And that is why she was very, very unhappy at Venus. Because of that, her physical appearance also was quite disturbing. Her parents had decided to take her back to Earth even if it meant spending thousands of dollars because they could see that their daughter was very unhappy at Venus. Coming to the other children, there is only one child who is identified by name, and he is William, who was a big bully. All the other children had pale color, you can say rather colorless, not only physically but also emotionally. They are rude, aggressive, and mischievous. The lack of sun had washed away their compassion and empathy. They are mean and jealous when confronted with someone different than their current understanding. They push Margaret into the closet and shut her from the experience of seeing the sun. But when they are exposed to the sun, they regain all these feelings and come back to release her from the closet. As a result of their mischief, Margaret misses out on seeing the sun. They try to make amends later and open the door. They feel sorry for their conduct. They are regretful and guilt-ridden, but it was too late. Now let us discuss about the sun as described by Margaret and her classmates. Margaret described the sun as a penny, like a fire in a stove, and like a flower which blooms just for a day. How her friends saw the sun according to Margaret was she often saw them stirring in their sleep, and she felt that they were imagining the sun as a gold or a yellow crayon. They also imagined the sun as a coin large enough to buy the world with. They also remembered a warmness like a blushing in the face, body, arms, etc. In school, they had discussed that it looked like a lemon and was hot. When they actually saw the sun, they found it to be the color of flaming bronze. It was very large and the sky was blazing blue tile color. How did these children behave when they experienced sun for the first time? They ran out as if released from a spell, yelling in delight. They turned their faces upwards to the sky. They were feeling the sun on their cheeks like a warm iron. They took off their jackets to let the sun burn their arms. They lay out laughing on the jungle mattress. They ran among the trees. They slipped and fell. They played hide and seek and tag. They put their hands up to that yellowness and that amazing blueness and breathed the fresh air. They squinted at the sun till tears ran down their faces and listened to the silence. They looked at everything and savored everything. They behaved like wild animals let loose from their caves. Now let's move on to the story in a nutshell. The story is set at planet Venus, where it rains continuously for 7 years. There is a prediction of sunrise for a brief period of time, and it is a momentous occasion. The children on Venus are very excited as they couldn't recall having seen the sun earlier, as they were all 9 years old and the sun had risen 7 years earlier when they were just 2 mere toddlers and they couldn't recall anything at all. Margaret, who had come from Earth, had memories of sun. She was distressed, aloof, and ostracized by her mates. Before the sun rose, Margaret was forcibly locked in a closet. The sun rose, children rejoiced. It was a unique experience for them. The clouds reappeared after 2 hours and it began to rain. Children unlocked Margaret from the closet. They felt remorseful and they were guilt-ridden. Probably it was the effect of the sun which not only warmed their bodies but also made them warm from within. The story begins with the children asking each other if they were ready. They asked each other, ready? The scientists had predicted that the sun would rise on that particular day. They had experienced rain, the drum beats of the rainfall, the gush of water, the concussion of storms, the tidal waves coming over the islands and totally inundated them. They felt that the rain was going to stop. The previous day, they had discussed everything about the sun, where Margaret had written a poetry in which she has said, I think the sun is a flower that blooms for just an hour. Oh, you didn't write that, said William. He was a big bully. And she said, I did. And then later on, when all the children were pouring outside, waiting for the rain to abate, he asked Margaret, what are you looking at? She did not reply, to which very angrily he told her, speak when you're spoken to. And then he gave her a shove. She was hated by all her schoolmates, and the reasons were she played no games with them. If they tagged her and ran, she stood blinking and didn't follow them. She never participated in any of the school songs. She only felt happy when they discussed about the sun and summer, and only then did her lips move. She knew much more about the sun than the others, as she had come from the earth just 5 years earlier. She was hated because she was pale-faced, she was very thin, She was silent most of the time, and they also disliked her because of her possible future. Because her parents had told her that they would take her to Earth as she was unhappy at Venus. William then asked her, "What are you waiting for?" When they turned to look at her, they could see it in her eyes. They said, "Don't wait. You won't see anything." All the other children also joined in and said it was all a joke. It was a false prediction. And then one child blurted out, "Hey everyone, let's put her in the closet before the teacher arrives." No, she pleaded, she protested, she cried, but they pushed her and locked her in a closet deep down the tunnel. She tried to scream, yell, she was beating and throwing herself at the door, but to no avail. They could hear her muffled cries, but they quickly ran out and smiled. Just then, the teacher arrived and questioned them whether they were ready and whether all of them were there. Then suddenly they saw that the rain had slackened, meaning it had reduced in intensity. The teacher opened the door. They could see a film concerning an avalanche, a tornado, a hurricane, or a volcano. Something had gone wrong with the sound apparatus, thus muffling and finally cutting the noise. And then, as if somebody had ripped the film out of the projector and inserted a beautiful tropical slide. They did not move, and the world came to a standstill. The silence was deafening. They put their hands to their ears, and all of them stood apart. Then they all ran out, and they saw that the sun was a flaming bronze and the sky was tile blue. They saw the jungle all around them, which grew and never stopped growing. It was the nest of octopi, clustering up great arms of flesh like wheat, wavering, flowering in this brief skin. The color of the vegetation was that of rubber and ash, of stones, white cheeses, and ink, and also the color of the moon. This was because there was no sunlight and no photosynthesis could take place, and hence the color of vegetation was dark grey in color. They all rejoiced in the sun. They ran from one end to the other. They were all lying down on the ground, enjoying the sun on their faces, their arms, their limbs, etc. They were so happy that they did not know how the time passed, and soon it was 2 hours. Suddenly they could hear the wail of a little girl. They turned and saw a little girl crying with a droplet of water in her cupped palm. They heard a boom of thunder, and they all startled like leaves before a new hurricane. Then lightning struck at a distance of 10 miles, 5 miles, a mile, and then half a mile. The sky darkened to midnight in a flash. They all rushed indoors, and then the door was shut. They could hear the gigantic sound of the rain falling in tons. Suddenly, something happened. A girl said, "Margaret," and they suddenly remembered that they had locked Margaret in the closet. There was a sudden transformation in these children. The lack of sunshine and warmth had made them devoid of all the feelings of compassion, pity, sympathy, empathy. But because they were exposed to the sun just for 2 hours, all these feelings came rushing back to them, and they were very, very sorry for what they had done. They all went back to the closet, opened the door, and Margaret walked out, but they had robbed her of the experience of witnessing the scene which would occur again after 7 long years. Coming to the title of the story. The title of the story, All Summer in a Day, because Venus experienced summer just for a day, that too precisely for 2 hours. It is a story about the wonderful experience that the sun brings to the inhabitants of Venus. How they enjoy summer just for a day. The setting of the story is on planet Venus, where sun shines once in 7 long years just for 2 hours. The style is evocative and picturesque. The language used is very beautiful. It is written in a third-person narrative. Ray Bradbury has used a lot of visual and auditory imagery. He's also used similes and metaphors and hyperboles. The major theme is to show the importance of sun in the lives of the inhabitants of planet Venus. Sun is life-giving for the landscape as well as the inhabitants. Because of no sunlight, there is a loss of compassion, warmth, humanity, because they are not exposed to the sunlight for very long period of time. There is also a theme of bullying, feelings of envy by those who are not as privileged as the others. Another major theme is silencing voices, which is unethical. They did not allow Margaret to speak. She was more experienced than them, but they did not let her voice her opinions about the sun. Tolerance and sensitivity is the need of the hour, and we all should be tolerant and sensitive towards others. So children, this was all about All Summer in a Day. I'll be soon back with another video. Till then, bye and thank you for watching.